Good morning, Instagram. I'm gonna do a quick little live today on some manifestation tips. So the other day, or maybe like a week or two ago, I posted on my Instagram a story about manifesting in alignment versus manifesting out of alignment. And I talked about it briefly in that, but what I want to do is go a little bit more in detail about what that actually means, how we can tell where we're at, and yeah, let's just talk about manifestation, shall we? Love this topic. So here's where I'm going to start with the manifestation topic. We all do it. We are all manifesting all the time, constantly. There is no lack in our manifestation skills. We are natural manifestors on this world. Like, we are manifesting all the time, all the things all the time. There's no one is not able to manifest. Like, no one doesn't have this skill. This is natural. This is who we are. This is how we live. This is how we create. What you're creating and how you're creating it is up to you. But there's no lack in the fact, or there's no doubt, that's a better way to say it. There's no doubt that you are manifesting, you can manifest. And when we start to tap into this and when we start to tune into this, what we discover is that we're manifesting anyway. So now let's learn how to manifest what we actually want. Let's use this skill to our ability and learn how to manifest what we truly desire and create intentionally. So this is what I want to talk about today. So if you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Tanya. And the reason why I am doing these lives is to have you guys get to know me a little more, but also share a lot of value. So I am a professional dancer and I moved to LA to be in the industry. Now, the reason why I'm sharing that part of the story is because now obviously I have my own mindset and manifestation coaching business. But before I started my business, I was in the industry and I was out here manifesting the things, doing the things, trying to book the jobs, on the jobs, trying to book the next jobs. It was all happening, right? And I was manifesting a lot in alignment and I was manifesting a hell of a lot out of alignment. And through this journey, I have learned what worked, what didn't work, why that felt the way it did, why this felt the way it did, and basically started to fine tune my manifestation process. So when I do figure out what I actually want to create next, when I do have a new dream, when I have a new goal, I can manifest it pretty quickly because I've done so much work around this and I know what it feels like to manifest in alignment. So let's start with manifesting out of alignment. No matter whether you're in alignment or not, as we've discovered, you're going to manifest. That's just who you are. That's human beings. You're going to manifest what you want. The reason why this topic to me is so important is because, and you know people in your life who maybe from the outside you think they're living the dream life. They have everything. They did it. They got the goal. They did the things. They're thriving. And that person may be miserable. Or that person may be just not happy. And they may have all the money in the world. They may have the best relationship, whatever it is. And you're they're not even happy. That is a prime example of manifesting out of alignment. And that is what I'm going to base this concept off. Obviously, we can talk super deep into this topic and go very, very deep. But for the sake of this IG live, we're just going to touch on it from this level. When you manifest something out of alignment, you'll get, most of the time, it'll work. You will still manifest what you want. But the way that you'll be able to tell that it is out of alignment is it won't feel the way you want to feel. And that will either be felt during the process of manifesting it, or once you do manifest what you want, you won't actually be that stoked about it. You won't be over the moon about it. It won't be a big victory because something wasn't in alignment to your spirit, wasn't in alignment to your life's purpose, wasn't in alignment to what you truly wanted. But you based it off what you thought you wanted. You based it off what you maybe saw someone else have. So you wanted that too, instead of actually feeling into what do you really want? What do you really want to create? How do you want to create it? How do you want to feel? We're all so different. We're also unique. What we want is also different and unique. And it's our responsibility that we tap into our personal intention, because everyone, you could have 100 people wanting the same goal, and the reason why they want it, the feeling that they're wanting to achieve, could all be 100 different reasons. So everyone is manifesting for a different reason, which is why we can tell if you're in alignment or out of alignment by the way you're feeling when you're manifesting it, by the way you're feeling when you're taking the action steps, by the way you feel when you have the goal, when you have achieved the dream, when you have the manifestation in your hand. How long is it before you're like, wah wah, I want something else, I need something else, this isn't that exciting anymore, I'm over it, or already looking for the next thing? So the feeling here is what we're really going to riff on, because the feeling is our guidance system. The feeling of why we want it, what we actually want, and how we feel on the journey to bringing it into our life is really important. And a lot of the times, depending what world you're currently living in, whether you've been doing self-development for a long time or whether you're new to self-development, if you're on the newer side, you probably have been neglecting your feelings for a very long time and just doing things because we've been told in society we need to do X, Y, and Z to get this result. So a lot of the times when you do come into this world of mindset and manifestation, you're like, oh my God, I get to care about me. I get to care about my feelings. Cool. Great. And this chasing the carrot, it's like kind of, that's the vibe of like manifesting out of alignment, chasing the carrot, thinking something outside of you is going to give you the purpose that you're seeking, give you the feeling that you're seeking, instead of creating it within yourself. And then from that place, just being a match to the thing, to the goal, to the dream, to the external reality, to whatever you're actually trying to call in. So let's talk about manifesting in alignment so we can glue this beautiful picture together. Manifesting in alignment starts off different from the get-go. Manifesting in alignment is from intentionality, is from you being excited about it from a place of just joy. Like you are just so lit up about what you desire. You're excited about it. You believe in it. You believe in yourself. And when you're in this state, when you are connected to the excitement of it, you're thinking about it from a higher perspective. You're not thinking about it from who you are in this current reality. Because when you do think about it from who you are in this current reality, the big question that we get stamped with is how? How am I going to bring that goal into my life? How am I going to bring that dream into my life? From who I am today, from the job that I have today, from the finances that I have today, from the lifestyle I live today. The goal, the beautiful dream that I'm wanting to manifest doesn't seem possible. So how am I going to achieve this? That is actually a prime example of when we start manifesting out of alignment, when we start taking action steps based on who we are today, trying to achieve and become a higher version of us. Again, it'll probably work. You will end up getting what you want, but it won't feel the way you thought it would. It won't feel as like fulfilling because it wasn't done in the right intention. It wasn't actually what you were seeking. So getting clear on this from the get-go is a different approach, but it's so important. It's like a really important key that a lot of people miss. It's like, why do you actually want the thing? What is the feeling that you're wanting to get from this thing that you're calling into your reality right now? So when we tap into this, when we connect to our next level self, when we go, okay, what is my goal? What is my dream? And if you don't know how to do this process, my last live, Connecting to Your Next Level Self, goes through this process on how to like connect to your next level self. How to connect. So it goes through that. So go watch that live after this. And when you do connect to your next level self, and then from this place, think, what are the action steps that I get to do to bring this into alignment? Or what am I inspired to do? Am I inspired to do anything? Am I inspired to sit and meditate? Not that I would say that's the only way you're going to bring in things in. And I kind of giggle, like you're not going to manifest sitting on a rock. Griffin, hi. I love Griffin. He just finished in my mastermind. What's up, Squaw? My friend just joined too. Okay, so you're not going to manifest just sitting on a rock. However, checking in with yourself and being like, what am I inspired to do right now from that connection to your next level self? this is when we start thinking differently. And when we start thinking differently, we start acting differently. We start showing up differently. Our beliefs start to shift. Our mindset is different. We're literally becoming a higher version of ourselves, which is inevitably a match to what we're trying to bring in. So this is the first step. This is manifesting in alignment. When you can feel into who you're becoming, feel into the goal, the dream that you're wanting to bring into your reality, feeling into it as truth for you, as truth for who you are, as, aw, we miss you, Griffin. We miss you, Griffin, in the mastermind. Feeling into the truth of who you already are. Because when you tap into this frequency, you guys, the inspiration, the inspired action step that comes from this is in alignment to the goal, because you're thinking about it from the version of you that already has the goal, that already is living that lifestyle. You're thinking and feeling and taking action from a higher perspective. And also what I want to touch on this, when we do connect to our next level self, what kind of starts to vanish, what kind of starts to like calm down is that deep intensity around the how. How am I going to do this? How is it going to happen? How am I going to change my reality, bring this goal into my life, meet the love of my life, make this money? The how starts to kind of melt away when you are connected to your next level self, because from this point of view, from this perspective, from this energy, from this frequency, the how is irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because we're already tapped in to something higher, and from this place you will get given the guidance. You will feel what your next step is. And the way you know that it's in alignment is that you'll feel so excited to do it. It will feel exciting. It will feel really fun. And let me just clarify, sometimes it doesn't necessarily feel like the most fun, most exciting thing, but it feels right. We know it's the right move, because let's also be real. If we're big dreamers and high achievers, which I know we all are here, if we're chasing a really big goal, it's probably going to feel a little scary. It's probably going to feel a little scary. It's probably going to feel like the action step that you need to take may be like super expansive. And I also did a live on this like 2 days ago. What was that called? I can't remember what it was called. I don't know. But it's somewhere in one of my lives that I did like this week. So it's around this vicinity, on not letting that big, bold move, that inspired action step that you're being called to do, not trying to make it make sense. Because the reality is, if you're trying to make it make sense from who you are today, then it's not in alignment to who you're becoming, because they're on two different frequencies. They're two different versions of you. And those two different versions of you think very differently, act very differently, feel very differently, show up very differently, make choices very differently, make decisions very differently. So can you see how it's so important to feel into, what do I want and who do I get to become when I manifest this? Like, what is my lifestyle? What am I thinking? And we raise our energy up here before we go out into the world and start doing the things to bring that into our reality. When we do go out into the world without this intentionality, what is very present for us is the how. We're like doing things based on like, how do I bring this into my life? And that creates a lot of stress, a lot of lack mindset, a lot of anxiety, and it doesn't feel very fun. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like you're on the right track. And I'm speaking from experience, people. So if this is hitting and you're like, oh, dang it, like, trust me, I know. I have done this so many times, and I still to this day will catch myself. Like, once you understand this concept, you're not immune from doing it. Like, it still happens. It still happens to you where you're going after a big goal, going after a big dream, and then you realize like, hey, it doesn't fucking feel good. Like, I'm not enjoying it right now. I'm on this journey and I don't even love the way it feels. I'm not in the vibes. I'm not in the vibes. But when you do understand this concept, what gets to happen is when you catch yourself not feeling the right vibe for you, not feeling the right energy. And again, some things may not be super exciting. Some things may feel scary, but the feeling that I'm talking about here is the knowing that it's the right step for you. That's the feeling I'm talking about here. But when you do understand this concept, you get to course correct quicker than you would have in the past. When you're doing the mindset work, when you're doing the self-development work, when you're learning about the way you personally like to operate, your energy, and knowing your limiting beliefs and writing them out as you go, when you know this, you're able to catch yourself mid-manifestation and be like, hold up. Is this actually what I want? Is this how I want to create it? Is this actually how I want to feel when I bring this into my reality? Is this really what I'm seeking? You get to ask yourself these questions from a place of curiosity, and then pivot. You get to pivot. I just had the visual of Ross from Friends screaming pivot at the couch. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. Anyway, I'm just giggling to myself. So you get to pivot and course correct and get yourself back into an aligned state. Get yourself back into an inspired state. Get yourself back into the state of reminding yourself why you're doing this to begin with, why this is so important to you, why this is so exciting for you. You have that power to do that at any step of the way. So for me personally, I like to check in with myself on a regular basis, and I will probably continue to do this to the day that I end, because I want to make sure I'm doing this right, because I've done this wrong. Well, not wrong. I don't want to use that word. I've done this and not got the feeling that I desired so many times, and I can catch it. Like, I know I can catch myself when I'm not in the vibe. So I check in. Sometimes daily, but definitely weekly. Every week I check in. Where am I at? How am I feeling? How am I currently showing up? Is that how I want to show up? Is that in alignment to who I'm becoming? I check in and I ask myself this shit constantly. And when it's a no, I say, okay, well, what is the next step? What is the right step? And sometimes the right step, and I'm not even joking, you guys, sometimes the right step is, Tan, go take a nap. Take a nap, girl. Sleep it off. You'll feel better afterwards. Go to the gym is sometimes the right step. Watch some Netflix is sometimes the right step for me in that moment. And then when I relax, when I calm down, I see more clearly, because I have this really awesome habit of getting super up in my head. And from here, guess what comes up? How? How am I going to do that? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And when I'm stuck in my head, wondering about the how, I'm not in alignment to who I'm becoming. I'm not showing up as that version of me. I'm not connected to my next level self. I'm very much connected to who I am today, how my life is today, what my reality looks like today. And the whole point of manifesting big dreams and goals is to manifest epic shit into your life and elevate your life and evolve in your life constantly, because we literally get to continue to manifest, create, evolve, bring new things into our life, dream again. Like, we're meant to consistently want to desire more. That's always going to be true. That's always going to be the case for us. But how we do that process, how we feel in that process, is a choice. It is a choice, and it's our choice to make. So I think that's my little cute, actually I don't know how long this was, but I think that's my riff for manifesting in or out of alignment. If you have questions about this, slide in my DMs, put it in the comments. If this resonated with you, if this landed and you needed to hear this message, also let me know. And I think that's it. If you want to get into Turn Your Passion into Your Paycheck, we start on Monday. How can I forget? Oh my gosh. We start on Monday, doors close on Sunday, and there's only a few spots left. So if you're wanting to create a business that is structured and designed for your dream life, set up for you to succeed in your dream life, then this is the program for you. If you want to be the boss of your own life, this is the program for you. If you want to design your life literally by you, for you, this is the program for you. It's 6 weeks. It's going to be out of this world. You're going to absolutely love it. And there's a few spots left. Doors close on Sunday. So that is it. That's officially it. All right. I love you guys. I will talk to you later.